We're going to be talking about you, your calories, your health. How important is it to pay attention to the kinds of things you eat and the caloric intake that you put into your body? I have your favorite nutritionist, Akosua Konadu Yiadom, here with us throughout the conversation. If you have any questions for her, let us know with the hashtag BreakfastDaily, and the WhatsApp line is 0550-585832. If you're outside Ghana and you still have questions, just use the country code +233. Good morning, Akosua.
Good morning, Dzifa.
How are you?
I'm fine. You look beautiful.
You look beautiful too. Thank you so much for being with us.
Yes.
Now, calories. First of all, what is calories?
Okay,
or
so
what are calories?
Okay, so they are the energy you get, and then it's something we use in nutrition to calculate what you are putting in as far as food is concerned. So food calories basically has to do with what you get or the energy you are getting from eating a particular food.
And how important is that for your body?
Okay, so we need to make sure that, yes, we are conscious about our body as far as calories are concerned, because my body is different from your body. And so how do I even know that this is what my body is supposed to get? This is what your body is supposed to get. Obviously, Dzifa, you are bigger than I am. So as far as caloric intake is concerned, definitely your needs might go up a little bit than me. So if I make a fist size like this and you make yours, definitely yours will be bigger than me. And so when we are talking about calories, the ideal thing to do is that with a spatula meals, so let's say bankum, kenke, rice balls, anything we use, yes.
Okay, no, that one is pounded.
That is pounded. Okay, so the pounded and the spatula meals, the bankuta meals, that's a spatula. You need to make sure that you are using your fist size as a guide. So the fufu you were eating wasn't a fist size.
Oh, it was. You didn't see that.
No, it wasn't a fist size. The meat, it was a lot. But you need to make sure that you are being guided by this. What it means is that this is just what my body will need as far as that kinke is concerned. And there is a reason why you need to add A, B, C as far as some small vegetables, avocado, salad, yes, on the side, because kinke, pepper, fish, it's not enough. There's something missing. And so, yes, you bringing all these together will help us achieve your body's need as far as caloric intake is concerned. And it should be spread on a 24-hour dietary record. So that has to do with your breakfast, your AM snack, or what people will call brunch, and then your lunch, then your PM snack, and then your supper. So by the time you are done with breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, supper, you should have been able to satisfy your daily need for calories. And so for a woman who wants to maintain, you will need 2,000 calories per day to maintain. And then for a woman who wants to shed weight or lose weight, you need 1,500 calories to lose 1 pound. That is equivalent to 0.454, or let's say 0.5 a week.
That's
so if you are,
that's
for kilograms. That is 1 pound is equivalent to 0.454, let's say 0.5 kilograms. And so in a month, if you are a woman who wants to lose weight, that is what you should be targeting. In a day, I have to spread my breakfast, my lunch, my supper, including my 2 snacks on this 1,500. And if I just want to maintain, I don't want to lose weight for anything, I would want to just maintain. So I need 2,000 calories, and it should be spread. It should correspond with what we mentioned as far as breakfast, lunch, supper, and your 2 snacks are concerned. For men, if you're a man who wants to maintain, you need 2,500 calories per day. And if you're a man who wants to lose weight, you would also need 2,000. Why is it higher? Because obviously men will need a lot more as compared to us women. They are more masculine, they are more bigger in a sense than we women. So basically that, but we have that for children, we have that. So the age there is a spread as far as the life cycle is concerned. So where you fall will determine the calories you will need, and we have them. So I know that as the conversation progresses, maybe your questions will bring them up.
Okay, so we'll show them as we go.
Yeah.
How important is it for us to even know the maximum caloric intake each day so that we are guided when we go out there to eat?
Okay, so whatever you are eating will have a way to affect your health. Okay, Akosua, how are you able to stay like this? It just doesn't happen. In as much as genetics has a role to play, my father looks this way, my mom is that big, but I look this way because of my father. There is somebody who is also not lucky because per his or her genetics, something else has happened to the person, and the person looks a certain way too. So depending on your body, we've spoken extensively about body types or body needs. I think this segment, if you really have been following, you really will kind of flow with every conversation that comes up, and you can pick certain information even from previous conversations. Your body and its needs, it's important for you to know that, okay, I'm a man first, I am a woman. Sitting here, I am a woman, so definitely I know that I fall within the 1,500 to 2,000 calories per day. And I have to be conscious about it as far as whatever I'm putting in my mouth is concerned. So, okay, this morning I want to have, let's say, 2 ladles. That is where meal plans come in, and sometimes you are deliberately told the quantities to be eaten. So please, if you can call for it, so we zoom in. Straightforward with a meal plan.
We'll take a look at the meal plan.
Okay, so
shortly.
yes, so if I am a woman and I want to eat, let's say this for breakfast, for snack, and for that, I have to be conscious about the fact that there is a reason why when you fall sick and go to the hospital, they don't just give you a bowl of para and just tell you to go home. There are measurements, there are dosages to whatever you are being given. So you don't just
So what we're looking at now is
a meal plan, something I would want to use for my recall. And then, yes, so for breakfast, I would want to have, let's say, yellow corn porridge. Why yellow corn? Yes, it's fortified, and so you have iron in there. I'm a nutritionist, so obviously it has to be nutritious. And so I do that, and I'm taking 2 to 3 ladles. I gave the room, yes, 2 ladles works for me, but let's say you have a viewer who is used to 5 ladles, and you are saying 2 ladles. This person might
difficult.
go. So ideally, that's what I would want to have. And then for sugar, I will do 2 cubes.
Okay.
And then for milk, 40 ml is ideal for every healthy individual or normal individual. But for some people, it's like, oh, it's not enough, so I would want a little bit more of milk added to it. That's why I've given 40 to 60. But if you can stick with the 40, which is equivalent to 4 tablespoonfuls, it works perfectly. Then I would do 2 slices of toasted wholemeal bread and then 1 cube of cheese, because it's a wholemeal bread, especially if it's wheat bread. It's normally dry, and so
kind of bland.
Yeah, so it's difficult for some people to kind of have it. But ask yourself, with everything I've projected, how much sits in there as far as calories are concerned? Now, we need a food scale.
Yes.
So if you have a food scale in the house, what I will need you to do is to place everything you have on it.
Scale.
So let's say the 2 slices of bread, and a slice is equivalent to the sardine tin. If you have 2 slices of bread, yes, you know that if I take a slice of bread, I have 80 calories in there. And how did we come by the 80 calories? You need to measure in grams as far as the slice is concerned. And so let's say that when I measured, I had 15. As far as this is very technical, so please pay attention to it. Yes, why do we have 80 calories? As far as calories are concerned, you need to know the total amount of carbohydrates in there. You need to know the total amount of protein in there. You need to know the total amount of fat in there. And for the people who take alcohol, you need to know the total number of grams sit in there. So just a quick one, because I know there are viewers who take alcohol. If you do, yes, a shot or a drink of pure alcohol is equivalent to 8 grams. So now what you do is that if you take a shot which is equivalent to 8 grams or 10 mils, you have to multiply the 8 by the 7 as far as the caloric calculation is concerned. And so when you multiply 8 by 7, Dzifa, 8, 7. I'm your math teacher now,
yes,
Dzifa.
Yeah, math teacher.
So 8 by 7, you'd have 56. So if you are taking a shot, as far as alcohol is concerned, one shot, you are getting 56 calories. And it will form part of your 1,500
that you need,
your 2,000 or your 2,500. So in nutrition and calculation of calories, whatever you put in there, even if it's a toffee, forms part of your daily needs. So you meet people who go like, oh, today I've just eaten twice in the day. I just took plantain chips. It is something. It is loaded in calories. We used oil to fry. And so as far as oil is concerned, when we even go to caloric calculation or calculating calories, 1 gram of oil is equivalent to 9 calories. So with oil or with fat, it's even higher. For carbohydrate, it is 4 calories. For protein, it is 4 calories. For fats, it's 9 calories. And for alcohol, it is 7 calories. So whatever you have in mind, let's say I put a slice of bread on my scale and I have, let's say, 20 grams. To know the calories in that slice, if it is 20 grams, I have to multiply it by 4, which is for carbohydrates as the main ingredient, because it falls under the staples. And the staples are loaded as far as the macronutrients are concerned. And carbohydrate, obviously, is a macronutrient. When you take bread, you have traces of fat in bread. And you can have 0.something grams as far as protein is concerned. So it's seen as something that is insignificant, because the total makeup of bread has to do with carbohydrate.
So how do we get to a point where we can differentiate between good fat and bad fat, right? So you mentioned the bread, for instance. If I wake up in the morning, I want to eat white bread. What calories can I actually get from that versus going to get wheat bread, so that I measure the fat I'm getting from it versus the carbohydrates that I will actually need from the calories?
Okay, so when it comes to caloric check, there are some food items which will serve you with fiber, like the wheat bread. So fiber will contribute to it as far as the whole gram or the weight of the product is concerned, as compared to, let's say, white bread or refined bread. It has 0 fiber. And so it means that there is something that we've also spoken about as far as glycemic index is concerned, and it has to do with how quickly food we eat is being converted into sugar. Yes, and so it has a higher glycemic index as compared to a wholemeal bread, for example, wheat bread. So obviously you are not just getting carbohydrate from a wheat bread, you are also getting some amount of fiber, and we all know the role of fiber in our health as far as nutrition is concerned. So I would choose or preach you taking wholemeal bread, because it is not refined and it has something more to it, and we know that fiber does a lot to us as far as even our gastric health is also concerned.
So let's also look at when we go out to buy, groceries for lunch. We've talked about bread for breakfast, but lunch, a lot of us will say, oh, I want perfumed rice, without looking at the label to see what's the nutrients I'm getting from that. Is it just all fat and perfume that I'm putting in my body, and how would that affect me, versus saying, maybe let me get parboiled rice, let me get fonio, let me get something that will actually help me? How important is it for us to pay attention to the labels?
It is very important. Like you just said, I think you asked the question in some way, you answered even the question yourself. Because if I know that, let's say, perfumed rice has something taken from it, and it's not even fortified, so if I don't want to do this, but I have to, because if it is done, it means that something has been taken from it. And a wise company or a wise business owner or manufacturer would want to fortify it, so that at least I've not just taken everything away from you, I've at least added something to it. That's why I spoke about fortification. We are preaching local rice. Please eat Ghana rice.
Yes, because for a very long time, we've been told, because it smells good, go and buy. And maybe that was our parents' generation, but now we're paying the price because a lot of us are obese.
Yes.
We're eating these things because they smell good. Zero nutritional benefit. How do we change that habit and say, okay, I need this good fat for the energy. Everything else I consume will be turned into just bad fat, and I'm going to gain weight. I'm going to get diabetes, especially now that we have coronavirus. And it's so important for us to protect our immune system.
The president said it, so everybody is kind of interested now. Yes, Dzifa, it's very important because, like I said, it always has to do with glycemic index for me as a nutritionist, because if you have something that will shoot your blood sugar levels and you move from more than you need, like I said, the excess will turn to hurt you. So yes, perfumed rice or flavored rice, as compared to what we have here, our Ghanaian rice. I don't want to say local rice. Yes, that's us. So what has to do with our Ghanaian rice? It has to do with the fact that, like we've spoken about it, it has the bran, it has all the three components, the bran and then the germ. It has everything intact. But for most of this perfumed rice, they have just one. You just have just the germ sitting in there, or the starch sitting in there. And like I said, if they are smart enough, they will even fortify it for you to also have some bit of nutrients. But what I will sit here and tell you, I've said this, I think this is the third time, is that our local or Ghanaian rice, they do have everything as far as the bran, as far as the germ, as far as the carbo, as far as the fiber, as far as the essential nutrients are concerned. They are blessed with iron. And we know the role of iron. Yes, it's such we are in bad times, and so we need to really plan what we are eating and make sure there is a measure to everything we are doing. If you are a man, know that you fall within this. If you are a woman, a man 2000 to 2005, that is for men. A woman 1005 to 2000. And for athletes, based on how much you are spending, that is why we've also spoken about it on this segment, that there is a need for refueling. So you need to also, so when you go to outside the outside world, for athletes, they have nutritionists. I'm yet to know if our Black Stars, they do have a nutritionist.
Hey, they better.
Yes, because everything they put in there is supposed to help them. And so if they are not bringing medals home, maybe you need to check and make sure you get them, yes, a nutritionist. So whatever you put in, Dzifa, it will give you out. The fufu you put in over the weekend, it will give you up, Dzifa. Yes, so...
Luckily for me, I had a balanced meal. I had a lot of protein to balance the carbohydrate.
So how many calories do you think you had there?
Maybe
that should be enough for
7,000.
So per meal, if you are consuming 700, you can imagine by the time you are done with your breakfast.
Oh, I didn't eat the whole day. I just ate food. That's it. I didn't eat anything else.
You don't eat once a day, Dzifa.
Okay.
Let's ask the next
I will
question.
do that again. For those of us who don't know how to calculate our calories and everything else, where do we contact you to help us? Okay,
so on Instagram, at the nutritionist Akosua, on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, nutritionist Akosua, and then you can reach me on 0243 350206.
Thank you very much, Akosua Konadu Yiadom, for being with us. She's a state-registered nutritionist, and as she said, you have to pay attention to the kinds of things you put into your body. It is very, very important. So when you're going out there, pick wheat bread over white bread. Pick local rice over the perfumed stuff. Pay attention to the labels and ensure that if you're a woman, maximum 1,500 calories a day is good for you. If you're a man, maximum 2,000 is good for you if you want to lose weight. If you want to maintain your weight, for a woman, 2,000 is fine, and for a man, 2,500 is good. Anything else than that will be saved as fat, and it will contribute to you getting diabetes and everything else that you don't need, especially in this COVID season that we all need to protect our immune system.
We hope you've enjoyed the show. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and share with your friends. This is Breakfast Daily on City TV.
Join the Breakfast Daily team Monday through Fridays from 7:30 a.m. to 10. Join us for breakfast daily, only on City TV.